Introduction. You must be familiar with the shame and stigma if you are a victim of childhood abuse or neglect. I know about this because I have been a victim, and trust me, it was not an easy task to escape the eternal misery. I am very glad that you have this book as your own savior. I overcame the problems and obstacles related to childhood trauma through the help of professionals and caregivers who worked very hard and helped me overcome the challenges. I promised myself that I would help millions of people who struggle with childhood abuse. I have studied and extensively researched the trauma associated with childhood abuse. As a victim myself, I have a lifelong experience and have helped many people struggling to find a way towards recovery. You have likely been by the thoughts of childhood abuse for the better part of your life. You feel ashamed because you blame yourself for this. People who have been sexually abused tend to suffer most of the shame. Those who have been emotionally, verbally, or physically abused tend to blame themselves. No matter how much you have been told that it's not your fault, you still blame yourself. In case of emotional or physical abuse from a family member or caretaker, you blame yourself for not listening to them. Children often blame the abuse or neglect they experience on themselves, and as an adult, you may have continued this rationalization. As an adult, you may put up with the poor treatment by others as you believe that it is all your fault. On the contrary, if a good thing happens to you, you may be uncomfortable as you feel unworthy. Former abuse victims are extremely ashamed and unable to express their anger towards the abuser. They may hurt or take offense out on the weaker or their younger siblings. This has been the case with many of my clients and myself. As they grow up, they tend to become bullies, and as they become adults, they resort to drugs or stealing to act against and show resentment towards society. Don't worry, because I am here to help you with this. It's fine if you feel uncomfortable remembering the abuse. With scientifically proven strategies, you will learn how to become a more confident and resourceful person. How shame affects the victim of abuse. If you have been a victim of childhood abuse, shame could affect literally every aspect of your life. It can lower your self-esteem, self-confidence, and the way you perceive yourself. Shame alone is responsible for personal problems such as self-blaming or self-criticizing, neglecting yourself, showing self-destructive behaviors, taking drugs, harming yourself, or being accident-prone, getting in fights and self-sabotaging behavior, feeling unworthy of good things, believing everyone is disgusted by you, being critical about others, experiencing intense rage, going against society, stealing, breaking the law, and repeating the cycle of abuse. Victims of childhood abuse experience a complete change in personality and the way they behave. This is mainly because these victims feel the loss of innocence and dignity, and they tend to carry a heavy burden of shame with them. These feelings overwhelm the victim so much that they stigmatize and hide from their true selves. Shame is the center or core of every form of abuse. Guilt drives the cycle of abuse in various ways. Shame makes the victim believe they are not worthy of being loved or respected. This causes them to stay in abusive relationships. Shame causes the victims to believe that they deserve disrespect and disdain from the hands of others. Shame can also cause the victim to have anger-related issues. They may humiliate or degrade their partner or children. Those who abuse are often trying to get rid of the shame they carry. Shame can cause a random outburst of anger and gives way to abusive behavior. Shame also causes the victims to resort to drugs. The victims tend to accept the unacceptable, and they readily accept the abusive behavior of others. It can also cause the victims to become abusive toward people whom they deem weak. The good news is that you are not alone. Tens of thousands of others are in the same boat as you. The even better news is that there is a method to heal and improve. All you have to do is change your view of the world, and I will assist you in doing so. As I also suffered from these miseries, I have thoroughly researched this segment in my professional career and came up with the best explanation and solutions for childhood abuse. Every detail in this book is added after comprehensive research, and everything related to childhood trauma is addressed. Okay, that was the introduction. Hello, Mama. Hello.